Thank you very much and welcome to this last live session of AI for Management course. And I'm hoping that you're all um, liking the course and working on the course, listening to the videos and also other reference materials that you get during the lecture and also from the materials you read. I hope this is interesting, and this is also an area which is updating on a daily basis. So a lot of current news actually is about AI. You can actually sense it in the newspapers and your television channels or wherever you go for updates. AI is one important topic even in wars. So enjoy your course, and since I haven't received any major technical questions in this live session, we can close early because your exams are coming up, and I think there was one particular question from a participant about a quiz question, which is um, that uh, about the level at which risk assessment of AI systems are done, where options where technical, financial, operational, individual, organizational, national, algorithmic, computational, and infrastructural, ethical, regulatory, and cultural. So this is a subject which is discussed in during the lecture, and answer is individual, organizational, and national. But the participant has asked whether why technical, financial, and operational is not valid. So when you talk about level, there is a particular meaning, right? You can't actually consider anything as a level. Level is actually, if you see this, individual, organizational, national is about the how collective something is, right? Individual is singular, organization is a collective of people, okay, but it belongs, the boundary is the organization. Whereas when it is national, the boundary expand to a whole country, but it's about people, right? At all the three levels, it's about people. So there is a particular rationale for this kind of defining levels. It should not be that you take technical, financial, operational, cultural. There are so many such dimensions, but they are not levels. So that's why something coherent is considered, and that is the way it is given in your lecture. So that is the answer. Okay. And not sure if there are any further questions. And if you have any questions about anything, you can ask me now. And then I can respond. And then if there are no questions, you can actually go back to your work or your lessons as you like it. Yeah. I'm sure many of you are reading about Anthropic as a new important player in the field of artificial intelligence. When I discussed, we were actually saying OpenAI has become the most dominant player, and then Google um, has also equally come up, and always there is a competition there. But you see, Anthropic and particularly the Claude has solved computational problems, graph theory problems with proof credibly, and that is actually making these tools credible in science as well. So you can see that that which was considered as limitation of AI is being addressed, and that actually brings more important questions about what is AI going to be in future when human intelligence is actually um, uh, substituted by AI, okay, or it becomes as smart or more smart than humans. So that is an ongoing debate. See, one question, would like to register a query concerning a few questions across all 10 assignments. The requisite information appears to be absent from the lecture materials. Could you please enlighten me as to the cause? because that it's not a specific question. I can't answer what is the problem. But all assignments are actually based on the materials, based on the topic of that week. And teachers, when they set question papers, you will notice that there are different types of questions. Okay, there'll be some simple questions, there'll be some moderately difficult questions, and there'll be some difficult questions. Okay, so each one gets a score based on the effort one puts in. Okay, the difficult questions will not be direct questions. Okay, it's not a MCQ question which you can easily listen to the lecture and answer, but it will require you to go beyond the materials to search, sometimes to analyze, sometimes to sort of synthesize. So these are examination is to test your learning and your effort. Okay, so actually both are correlated. So that is the way questions go. So if some questions are not direct, please um, be informed that there will be difficult questions also. Okay? And that is whether you answer or not is a function of how much effort you have put in. Yeah, the final examination will be, of course, based on the scope or the syllabus that is given to you, what is covered in the 14 lectures, and the materials that is used and referred. Okay, and therefore it's important to go through the lectures and the references that are given during the lectures, which are also to be read. Okay, and the questions will be based on that. And again, it's a computer-based examination, and hence it will be multiple choice. But multiple choice doesn't mean that it is direct questions. You may have to analyze, you may have to solve problems, and finally arrive at the right answer. So it will require effort to answer the questions. Okay. Session 11, okay, after session 10, it will be done by the um, administration, and you can expect it next week. Yes. This week, I think you are learning the prompt engineering, which is a very important topic for management and industry. So please do enjoy and also try to practice something that is given in the lecture. Okay, so assignment carries marks. This is definitely an assignment performance is important for qualifying to write the final examination, and that's how it is. Okay, please read the rules and regulations which are given available for the course work. Okay, and yeah, you can check the materials made available for the course in the platform itself. Okay, and those are the materials. And of course, you've been given references in the course outline and also in the lectures. Okay, and some materials are freely available online, but we are not supposed to download them and distribute. Okay, so there are copyright issues. We do not do that. Of course, we give the reference. Okay, the participant can go and download freely accessible materials and use them, but we will not download and distribute. Okay. I don't think these questions are to be answered by me about how you can take assignments. This is all administration questions, only about the course content. You must ask me other questions you can post to the administration. Okay. Um, okay. I think there are no further questions, so I think we can close here. Please, if you can provide sample question paper for the exam to be conducted. No, the point is this is a first time course, so there is no previous question bank that is available to provide you a sample question paper, but you are anyway going through assignments. Okay, so that is indicative of how questions will be framed. I'm not saying the questions will be the same, but since you go through assignments, you get a sense of how it covers the scope of the materials. Okay, and that's only indication I can give you. And what you do post this course, please visit NPTEL site. There are a dozen courses now on AI of different kinds. So please decide for yourself what you want to learn further. Okay, to the in the next step. Okay, so and this is something that you should decide based on your interest. And the case studies are actually exemplars in the sense it actually depicts something, a decision situation or something, a process that was implemented in an organization that is to learn some insight about how things work in practice. But you cannot apply a case study simply somewhere. Okay, the same context should be there, only then you can, same problem should be there, only then you can apply. Otherwise you learn some principles. And but technical lessons like prompt engineering, for example, the instructor actually helps you work with a particular platform. Okay, like a playground. Okay, so try um, sign in and try create an account and try using it for a particular set of prompts and which is relevant to your organization or relevant to your use, and try to practice. Okay, so those things you can practice, particularly prompt engineering. Okay, that is very practical. Which AO companies you see will disrupt manufacturing industry, AO or AI? I do not know about this, but AI companies are still coming up and with different types of offerings, right? Right from Google to OpenAI or Anthropic, but they have different focuses. Okay, some are very much focused on LLMs, some are more on sciences. So there are sectoral applications. So it depends. No specific answer can be given, but we have to look at through a context or a particular requirement. And also we have to wait. If it is about disruption, which is a major change, we have to wait. Okay, we know changes are happening in terms of job losses and other things, but how industry will be ultimately shaped up uh, in different regions. For example, India, where a lot of talents available, human resources available for technical work. Will there be a policy which allows machines to simply replace humans and humans become jobless all of a sudden? I don't think so. So there will be policies, okay, and government interventions, which is definitely going to come to take care of the interest of the country as a whole. Not just because machines are smart, you don't actually let machines take over work. Okay, there are other countries which are smart. So do you let, say, a competing country to come and do work in India? We don't, because we have to take care of interest as well. So we have to wait on all this. How can we differentiate when we can use AI in business decision or human efforts to take a decision? Yeah, this is a precise question. Depends on the context. Okay, where of course a simple thing is if machine is smarter to do a task than human, then machine should be can be used to improve efficiency. But if you improve efficiency, does it lead to some other problem? Just because there is more efficiency, you don't actually uh, let go something to that efficient agent. There are other considerations of legitimacy, risk, and relationships and strategy, where you should not actually lose your competence to machines and then you be not able to do it in the long term. So there are so many other considerations when you actually take decisions, okay, strategic decisions. So that literature, I think we deal with it in forthcoming sessions on responsible AI. So you can wait. How business analytics role will get affected by AI. Yeah, that is again, you can see that coding is an important part of business analytics, where you actually analyze data using, say, a Python code, because data is one, analysis is another. So then machines can do it more efficiently than humans. That is what you see. But checking the results, applying the results, etc., still requires human intelligence. And complete automation is not something that is at in all fields. It's not something that you see. But slow and slow, we have to watch and wait the adoption and consequences, and then um, reconfiguring, etc. Okay, so maybe when you are through the next few sessions on responsible AI, you will get more insights. Okay. Okay, then all the best for the remaining weeks, and best wishes for the examinations. And do post your questions on the chat box whenever you have questions, and be doing more work exploring the tools that are discussed in the course, and read more and get more updated, and all the best. Okay. Bye.
Hello. Hello. Is there anyone?